Episode 48 this week, By Any Other Name. That was the episode. Familiar things happening in this one. The Enterprise gets to a planet because they got an emergency distress signal that they couldn't pinpoint, couldn't figure out who it was from, but they beamed down there. Much like a couple episodes where they got the distress signal they couldn't pinpoint. They get down there this time, and they see no one, and then from the bushes, a few feet away, come some humans. And they're like, we sent the distress signal. By the way, now we are in command of your ship. Captain Kirk thought that they were joking. Took a couple steps, they hit a button on their belt. They paralyzed everyone. Said that they'd paralyzed all of their voluntary muscles. So Captain Kirk immediately starts turning his head and darting his eyes back and forth, while Kirk and McCoy are frozen, as well as the two nameless officers that beamed down for this mission. And the people that sent the signal said they needed a ship. They had to get back to their own galaxy. They referenced going past the Great Barrier. Now they wanted to get back because their planet apparently was dead. They needed a new planet. So they wanted to take the Enterprise back to their place, say, hey, there's planets over here. We'll go take one over. They said, we got this new technology. Instead of a 1,000-year trip, it'll only be 300 years. Spock was like, wow, that's fast. He wouldn't have even lasted 300 years, let alone anyone else. But apparently it was very fast. They get on board the ship because they had taken control of the Enterprise by beaming people up to it with never explained technology. They just ignored what they were doing. They could just beam up to the ship at will, apparently. Never explained. So Kirk and his crew are put in a cave. Kirk's like, what if we do the old, hey, he's sick routine? And he's like, that might work, but let's do the telepathy thing. So Spock tries to do like a mind meld type of thing. Gets blown back from the wall. And he's like, well, these are aliens. They're not even human. But they do the I'm sick thing because apparently Spock can cause his heart rate to drop to next to nothing. They beam McCoy and Spock up to the ship. This was after having one attempt at escape thwarted. They got like 10 feet and they were stopped. They also learned that the captors could turn people into blocks of salt, and they could crush the blocks of salt. That person couldn't live. They could throw the thing hard as they wanted against the ground. As long as it didn't burst open, they were fine. It seemed strange and random, but that's what was said. But then back on the Enterprise, Spock's like, oh yeah, I forgot. The aliens don't know what emotions and things like that are, so we'll use that to our advantage. Kirk's like, aha, we'll trick them. After the rest of the crews turned into blocks of salt, except for the lead actors, because of reasons, I guess. Kirk's like, let's trick them now. So Scott takes one, and they get completely wasted on all kinds of whiskey and some beverage that was green. That's how Scott described it. And Scott's like, I better go tell the captain I was successful. And then he passed out. Passed out right in his doorway. And McCoy kept injecting one of them with a stimulant. So he was getting all hyperactive and like overeating. And Kirk made out with the female one because he's Captain Kirk. Then the lead captor got jealous, and so he and Kirk fought. And Kirk's like, see? You don't know what to do with emotions, so you can't last 300 years. And they're like, oh, thwarted again, apparently. We thought we were in the clear in this 300-year trip one way, and then 300 years back, we thought we'd last in a human body. Nobody thought that through, apparently. Kirk's like, well, we'll just give you a planet. How about the one you were just on? And they're like, that'd be perfect. So apparently, Cook Turk going through all that before he mentioned, hey, you can have this planet. We'll be fine with that. And they were like, whoa, no one explained that before. Sorry to have wasted your time and killed one of your officers and turned everyone else into blocks of salt. We're like, forget it. That was pretty much it. Interesting notes here. Sulu again absent. No Sulu in this episode. Not there a bit. The officer that was crushed when she was a block of salt, the one that died, apparently no hard feelings on that. That actress went on to be a pretty prolific character actress. She was also the original mother in Charles in Charge. She sure was. The season 1 mother before they switched families. That's pretty much episode 48.